Hello there, everybody. My name is Matthew Bass. Some of you know me, some of you don't. But hey, I want to do a quick video on a topic we get asked a lot in our groups is how do I know what to study for my NICET exams? I'm sure many of us have answered this question. Some of us have maybe been a little bit more of a smartass about it because just wanted to show you just how easy it is to find that information. And the first thing we got to do is go to this website called nicet.org. When you go to the website, there's a couple places you can find it. Right here, it says get certified is a good place to start because it's telling you get certified. If you scroll down, it also has a place here called get certified. Both of them take you to the same path. We click on that. Right here is all your certification programs, lists them out. And of course, the meat and potatoes for most of us is down here in the fire protection section. And when I go over the content outlines and the reference section, one thing that is consistent is that they're basically all the same for all the different fields, whether it's a fire alarm, fire alarm, ITM water, special hazards. The layout is pretty much the same. So let's click on ITM water for an example. And when you go down here, there's a little section down here, and you can expand this. It says content outlines. This right here, NICET provides to you, and it's per level of exam. If you click on each one, it opens it up in a separate window. You can also download this and you can print this. But what this is basically just that, a content outline of what will probably be on the exam. And as a reminder, this is for technicians that have 6 months of experience because this is the level 1 exam. So let's scroll down here and just take a look real quick. The first section, 1.1, is safety. And if you look here, it says questions related to this task make up 9 to 19% of the exam. So not only is it telling you what to study, but it's also telling you how much of an impact that section will be on the exam. So 9 to 19, not too much. Let's go on to the next one. 1.2, identify components, condition, and operation. 35 to 45% of the exam. Boom. That's telling you that this is probably a really important section that I probably should know what's in this and where to find it in our references. Big important section for level 1. 1.3, prepare preliminary documentation. 11 to 21%, yeah, not too bad. Let's go to 1.4, operate components under direct supervision. Again, for level 1, remember, this person only has 6 months of experience. They should still be doing most everything here under a lead or a foreman, but this portion takes up 25 to 35% of the exam. So if I take 1.4 and 1.2 and add it together, I'm probably going to get above that, about that 70%, which is usually about where you need to pass for a nice exam, is about 70%. So if I can just master 1.2 and 1.4, I'm doing okay. So also, if you look at this is also, it tells you, breakdown of the different sections. And there's a little number over here, these little numbers, 1 and 3, 1 and 3, 1, 1, 1 and 3. And if you scroll down here, it says footnote number is linked to a reference on the selected general reference listings. So what that little number is telling you is when we go over to the reference section of NICET, let's go back over here. Here's our content outline. Reference materials. The next question we get all the time is what book do I need to bring? Same thing. It has it broken down by level. So let's click on level 1 again. And right here is telling you candidates are permitted to bring only the following reference into the test center. NFPA 25, 2017, OSHA 29, CFR 1910. And if you look in front of it, there's a little 1 right there. In front of OSHA, there's a little 2 right there. Let's go back to our content outline. So wherever you see that little 1 right there, that's referencing NFPA 25. It's saying that you should be able to recognize impairment issues should come out of NFPA 25. Anywhere you see a number 2, it means it should be referencing out of OSHA. And if you see a 3 or a 4, let's go back to the reference section. Let's scroll down. 3 is NFPA 13, 2016, and 4 is NFPA 20, 2016 for installation of fire pumps. So I'm hoping this will help you out and again, this is the same format, whether it's fire alarm or special hazards. Again, the content outline is there to help you so you can narrow your focus on what will actually be on that exam. Because, for instance, level 1, that person only has 6 months of experience. You shouldn't be reading about full trip on dry valves or doing full fire pump tests because that's not what you don't have the experience level yet. So if you look at the content outline, and this is also is where it is good, I think, to print these out and put it with your NFPA 25. is actually read these and tell it and read it and check off each one of these sections or subsections and see that you have mastered it. If you have, it's telling you that if you know this material and you know how to apply it and find it in the book, the exam should not be that difficult for you, really. And for example, here is level 1. Let's just read through 1.2 just to see how easy this should be. Locate and read gauges. Locate and identify control valves and signage. Pretty easy. Locate and identify drain and test valves and signage. Still pretty easy. Visually inspect components for damage and leaks. Visually inspect, just looking at it. Confirm indicator positioning of control valve. All of our valves should be indicating. You should be able to look at it and tell whether it's open or closed. Locate and identify electronic and mechanical alarm and supervisory switch devices. Locate and identify, just looking. Identify a types of system, wet, dry, or standpipe. Pretty easy. I love this one. Verify the presence of a fire pump. Boom. Big red machine in the middle of a pump room. It usually says pump room or big red honking machine. So hopefully most of us know what a fire pump looks like. Identify water supply and verified trouble supervisory or alarm signals. Again, if you read this and check these off for level 1, most of these you could probably do without even reading NFPA 25. Honestly, most of these are pretty easy. Let's even go down here to operate components under direct supervision. These are things where we're actually probably going to be actually doing something. Fully exercise control valves. Still pretty easy. Test water flow alarm, water motor gong, pressure switch, and vane type. Still pretty easy. Perform main drain test. Flush hydrants. Operate hose connections. Test electronic valve supervisory and devices. So if you notice between these two sections, 1.2 and 1.4, if you just read each section for level 1, you only need 6 months of experience. Most of these things really should almost be common sense stuff you've learned with your lead. NFPA 25 will give you a little bit, but most of the stuff is just common sense. So again, I hope this helps everybody to kind of focus and understand what NICET does offer you. The content outlines are amazing. I highly recommend you print these, put them in your 25 as you study, because again, you should be checking off each of these these little subfields, and it should help you greatly in passing your exam. And then remember, the little footnote number references back to your reference section, which is the same thing for each level of exam. And it'll tell you, here's your footnote for number 1 is NFPA 25 and footnote for number 2. It also does tell you right here, this is a very big one that comes up often with the references. People ask, can I bring in any addition? Yes, you can. But it does tell you the test questions are based on the standard additions listed above. Therefore, candidates are strongly urged to bring these additions to the exam. Note, test questions are based on the standard additions listed above. Therefore, candidates are strongly urged to bring these additions to the exam. Candidates may bring older or newer additions instead of the addition listed above at their own risk. Exam comments that are made based on other published edition years will not be reviewed until the next maintenance cycle. It tells you right there. Also, one of the questions we get asked about the reference section is references must be bound or secured in a 3-ring binder with a title page. They may have highlighted text in self-adhesive index tabs or dividers. However, they must be permanently attached. They even underline it for you. No other additions or modifications to the references are allowed. Handwritten notes are not permitted. References with loose papers or freestanding will not be permitted. But it does tell you that if you can print a copy of NFPA 25 or any of the standards, you can bring it in a 3-ring binder. But what most of us do is we'll just make a copy of the first page, for the book, and we'll put that as the front of the binder. So again, this is all right here. You read this. We get these questions asked very often in our group, and here it is, right on the NICET.org website, content outline, and the reference sections. If you guys have any questions, you know where to reach me. You can get a hold of me, and I'll be more than willing to help you out anytime. Thanks, everybody. Bye.